If you haven't seen the previous video in this series, follow the link on your screen or click the link in the description or pinned comment below.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Two and a half minutes of opening credits that do nothing for nobody.
Nothing? What about the families of the people that appear in the credits that are amazed to see their family name on screen? Things like that tend to mean something to people, that a member of their clan was able to make something of themselves and be in a Hollywood movie, something only a fraction of the population can do.
DC Comics. If you were a Batman fan back in 1989, you seriously wondered what you got yourself into when songs written and performed by Prince came up. You probably even liked Prince, but doing songs for a Batman movie? It's kind of like if you went to see The Dark Knight and saw a credit, songs written and performed by Kanye West.
No, it's not like that at all, given that this is the second feature-length Batman movie ever, the first in over 20 years. You would know what to expect, and having one of the hottest artists of the era writing your soundtrack would be a treat, not a detriment. This video was from 2016. At that time, Kanye was seen as an unstable lunatic married to an attention-seeking socialite. Not much has changed, but my point is, Prince in '89 was beloved.
Holy this is a nightmarish city landscape full of matte paintings.
You take that back, you son of a building block. This is Art Deco heaven, and when I'm reincarnated into Bird Hamid, I want to live here with my 72 OnlyFans creators, or whatever the Quran says happens after we die.
So this asshole takes the family's cat, and that guy's an asshole to be certain. But then inexplicably, the dad decides we should walk all across town looking for taxis, even though we're directly in front of a theater where many taxis will show up.
What CinemaSins is leaving out here is basically all the context of the scene. Harold does what he does because he gets passed up by multiple taxis and believes he will have better luck up the street. Then when they get up the street, they not only fail to get another taxi, they get accosted by a prostitute, so Harold decides to leave that area too. It's not like he just decides to go into the alley for no reason. You may disagree with him, but remember, he's a yuppie in a shady part of town. Trust me, you ain't seeing Elon Musk on 92nd and Hoover.
Animated Batman is not here to stop robberies, just to hurt the bad guys who do them way after they occur.
According to statistics, in 2022, there were 44,000 armed robberies in the United States. That translates to about 120 every day, most of which I'm sure occurred in New Jersey, where Gotham is located. My point is, Batman can't possibly be in all places at all times to prevent a robbery before it happens, and this is one of those instances where they're showing him avenging the victims.
Also, you thought that was Bruce Wayne's family, and so did I, but nope, fake out, just regular muggers.
Yep, we all did, because that was the point of the scene. I'm not sure why you considered this a sin, though, and as ridiculous as I find this, it's not quite as ridiculous as that laugh.
In all of Gotham, Bruce chose to follow and apprehend petty hold-up criminals just because they attack in an alley like his parents' killers. But, meanwhile, murders out the ass are taking place all over the city in non-Bruce Wayne memory alley territory.
This is what I just said a second ago, that Batman can't be in all places at all times. Besides, most murders take place in an intimate setting, not out in the open where Batman can physically see and prevent. I mean, what are you even asking for here? Isn't your argument with cops?
Batman, while smart and awesome, kicks the gunless guy first for some reason.
For some reason? You didn't see that dingy-ass I Love Gotham shirt he was wearing? Nobody loves Gotham. Not even Batman loves Gotham. That's why he keeps letting Joker terrorize the city by not killing him.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
Publicity I could have gotten by preventing the robbery in the first place and saving the dad from a nasty hit to the head. But nah, I like this mysterious word-of-mouth publicity better.
Again, how could he have possibly known a mugging was about to happen? Do you think he has spider sense and knows that two bums are about to clock a yuppie and his family? We leave that type of profiling to the police, and they never mistakenly identify innocent people, so that's the best way to move forward.
Harvey Dent really does later turn into Two-Face in this series, because eventually he becomes Tommy Lee Jones.
I know they both have Batman in the title, but these are two different universes. This is the Tim Burton verse, and Tommy was Harvey Dent in the Joel Schumacher verse. Sam Hamm, the screenwriter for Batman '89 and Returns, tweeted that the Schumacher films take place on Earth 97, whereas these films are on Earth 89. This was further corroborated by Hamm's release of a comic that continues the story of Batman '89, where Billy D. Williams is shown as Two-Face. And if someone is fixing themselves to type in my comment section that there was no way for 2016 CinemaSins to know that, first of all, that's not true, as Forever has a completely different Gotham than Returns, and second, please understand that this is exactly what CinemaSins is doing to Batman '89, sinning them for something they couldn't have possibly known would happen 6 years later. Get it? I do to CinemaSins what CinemaSins does to movies.
Evil people set meeting with crooked cop a mere 2 blocks from recent crime scene.
That would definitely be a sin if this weren't Gotham City, the place where everywhere is a mere 2 blocks from a recent crime scene.
This is Tim Burton's vision of Gotham. A bunch of what the f were they thinking architecture and traffic consisting mostly of station wagons. Of course!
This aesthetic is so sexy. Brutalist architecture mixed with Art Deco is so Halloween. And everybody knows Halloween is the best time of the year, so suck it, just stick in the mud.
All you have to do is get thrown into a vat of chemicals for this oddly specific foreshadowing to come true.
He's just holding a playing card, Jeremy. You cut out so much from the scene, we have no context for why you're calling this oddly specific. How many of us have held a Joker playing card in our lives? I'm willing to bet most of us have, only it matters to Jack here because he actually becomes the Joker later, and that's why they're showing us this card. It's like if a movie shows Peter Parker killing a spider before he becomes Spider-Man. We've all done it because it's a common thing to do, but it only matters to him because you know who Spider-Man is. This is a non-sin is what I'm saying.
This Save the Festival basket is filled with Monopoly money.
No, it's not.
Could you tell me which of these guys is Bruce Wayne?
I'm not a very good reporter, so I need all the help I can get.
It could be that Bruce Wayne, although a famous name in the city, may not be immediately recognizable. Vicky isn't from Gotham, and she's only here because of her interest in Batman, so it's not unreasonable that she doesn't recognize Bruce. Heck, we can show this phenomenon in real life.
Can you name 5 Jennifer Lawrence movies?
5 Jennifer Lawrence movies.
I know. Who is that bitch?
You asked me about Aniston, I could tell you.
Right, Jennifer Aniston is way better than Jennifer Lawrence. Do you agree? Yeah, much better.
I love her.
Prettier, funnier.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
better movies.
Yes, I love her.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah, great.
I'm Jennifer Lawrence.
Commissioner Gordon.
Why in the hell did Knox and Vicky Vale think that Commissioner Gordon decided to walk into some dark room full of antiques after rushing out of the party? And why isn't it locked?
You asked 2 questions but only gave the film a single sin. Which question was the sin for? And they saw Gordon skulk off and disappear after having something whispered in his ear. It would make sense for him to sneak off to a quiet room so that he can discuss something in private.
Who are you?
Oh, sorry, Bruce Wayne.
Seriously? Wealthy socialite Bruce Wayne? Nobody knows what this guy looks like?
That's incredibly easy to say in the age of social media, where you're bombarded with images of celebrities all the time, but you're old. You know what life was like before smartphones. Heck, this version of Bruce doesn't actually seem like a socialite, which is likely another reason people don't recognize him. He isn't particularly impressive, standing only at 5'9" and 160 pounds. If he were on the street, he'd just be another guy, and that's what makes the disguise work. No one would assume this guy is Batman.
1989, when a 2-way mirror and an oscillating VHS camera were considered futuristic technology only the rich could afford.
CinemaSins, the only place where old movies are sinful because they are old.
Robert, what's up?
Anonymous tip.
Amazing the sound quality of these cameras, which must be 50 feet away, that can isolate a conversation in the middle of a huge party.
I know enough about microphones to know they can pick up things from pretty far away, but that's not the sin here. The sin is that you're suggesting this shot is 50 feet away. Bro, do you know what 50 feet looks like? A basketball court is about 50 feet wide. Does this look anywhere near the same distance as the shot in the movie?
These bad guys doing bad guy things are super clueless about stealth and shit.
Well, it's the middle of the night and no one was supposed to know they were there. Heck, the only reason you're saying this is because they got ratted out and the cops are here.
Freeze!
Look at this gung-ho cop who plays by his own rules. 10 bad guys who don't give a about killing me at the drop of a hat? I got this covered.
The hell did you expect him to do? Run away? He came across the bad guys and he's doing his job. What are you even asking for here?
Does Jack have any idea what this does? Or is he just hoping against hope that these levers will somehow aid in his escape?
Yes.
This cop took creeping lessons from the assholes in the Smooth Criminal video.
Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the movie cliche.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Batman makes a secret getaway even though everyone can see him through the smoke. Check the roof, guys.
And he'll be gone by the time they get up there. You know, because he's Batman and they're regular people that have to climb stairs? Also, Jeremy yells at the screen cliche.
For no reason we can figure out, Jack doesn't simply drown after being thrown into the toxic chemical sludge.
Oh, we can figure it out. It's called being able to hold your breath.
How's the soup?
Excuse me?
Makes for a nice joke, but damn, why did they decide to eat dinner at opposite ends of the table on a first date?
You just answered yourself. It makes for a nice joke. Sometimes a movie does things just to be funny or interesting or cool. It doesn't always have to be logical. That's what comedy is, turning a mundane situation into the absurd.
That dining room is definitely not you.
I like how much she knows him after one date.
What CinemaSins is leaving out is that Alfred spent what I can only presume is a few hours giving Vicky a history lesson on Bruce, so she would definitely know his personality enough to say this.
A legal surgery clinic has sign flashing surgery, which I guess helps attract customers without also attracting cops.
First of all, this building is dilapidated, so that sign, which is clearly showing signs of age, wouldn't mean anything to anyone, especially random cops who probably come across buildings like this all the time. This is New Jersey, after all.
Wait, is his bathroom inside a vault of some kind?
He says, while clearly showing the door handles.
Amazing how the lighting in this place agrees with setting up a dramatic reveal.
This coming from the guy that always complains about too much lighting. What, no candles or lamps for you to count?
Bruce Wayne had sex with Vicky Vale, and instead the movie showed me the chemical warehouse assault, because the movie hates me and also is probably aiming for a PG-13 rating.
Even if the film was R-rated, the sex scenes would have been some weak-ass grind fest with no actual titillation. What do you think this is, the 1970s?
Why would you do this in your bedroom where you've just bedded a civilian? Jesus, you live in a mansion. Find a different room for this if you have to do it overnight.
You okay there, Jeremy? What the hell is your problem? Why is working out in this giant-ass room pissing you off this much? Did you miss your Xanax dose?
Who's this guy?
Who cares?
Top photojournalist in Gotham has zero interest in the identity of the city's infamous vigilante.
The file Knox handed to Vale was this. This means you're doing the thing where you're expecting characters in a film to have knowledge you have as an audience member.
In this debris-filled alley, Bruce Wayne ritually adds to the garbage by laying flowers at the spot of his parents' death.
Hey, at least it's biodegradable. Batman might be the Dark Knight, but at least he's green.
Time to pay the check.
Joker gets away with this in front of all these people and at least 5 cops on the top of the steps, because reasons.
Those reasons happen to be that a huge shootout occurs right after this, but yeah, sure.
Bruce gets shot in the shoulder, but he's Batman, so it didn't hurt, I guess.
Can't you see the man has fallen in love? It's the Joker, for Christ's sake. I would be exactly like this if I saw Karuchi Tran on the street.
I don't have any comment now.
Did the Joker build this contraption for the express purpose of punching a TV when he doesn't like something? It appears to have zero use outside of destroying a TV, but I thought I'd ask.
The more interesting question is, how the hell did he build something that could destroy a CRT? I'm just saying, we should build planes out of these things.
I feel that there's a certain weight that lifts when she is here.
She was here one time, and she f***ed him, so you're dealing with a small sample size, Alfred.
Correction, she came here twice and was here for at least 3 days. Besides, have you seen Vicky Vale? I would also be encouraging my son to pursue the 9 out of 10 that f***ed on the first date.
Stop the press. Who is that? That's Vicky Vale.
How is this movie's Joker ultimately motivated by his penis? Does that sound like any version of the Joker you've ever heard of? He wants to cause chaos and kill Batman. That's it. I'm not even sure he has a dick.
How is it possible that 2016 CinemaSins has never heard of Harley Quinn? She literally starred in a movie that same year. Also, Jeremy says boner.
How does Joker override the broadcast at a news station? What equipment have we seen that allows him to do this?
Are you asking how a mob boss with the resources of all the mafia families in Gotham acquired the technology to take over the station? Is that really a question you think needs to be answered?
Only 13 deaths? He shipped more than 1 million cases of that.
I can assure you, audience, the movie does not say that Joker shipped 1 million cases of Smilex.
Movie strongly suggests these news anchors are going makeup-free to avoid Joker contamination. But then why does this asshole anchor have 2 megasores on his face that even makeup couldn't hide? Did he bury his face in a box of herpes? How did makeup even hide that mountain of in the first place?
Thinking makeup can't hide things. Brother, open up musically.
Even Gotham's art museum can't escape looking like some of its walls were built with leftover submarine parts. Which is good, because these giant vents will make spreading Joker's poison so easy.
You say that like a modern HVAC would make it more difficult.
Here's one massive Prince music video without Prince.
I don't know. I am looking at a flamboyant dude in purple.
1.5 minutes of art destruction I'm supposed to find humor in.
I would say that you're supposed to be enjoying the banger that is Party Man, but hey, we can't all be hip.
She's a living work of art.
Oh, she's still hot. Frightening.
Dude, she is not hot. Like, have you seen her elbows? They're really pointy.
Also, I'd like to know why climbing to the museum roof and smashing through the window was a better option than simply busting through the doors. Vicky could be in all sorts of trouble, but you decide better take the longer, more complicated, dangerous, and dramatic way inside.
You're literally showing why smashing through the skylight was a better idea. He's right in the thick of the action. Besides, traveling by rooftop allows Batman to avoid detection. Going through the doors means he's at street level, which ruins the concept of a concrete ninja.
The Batmobile makes one slightly tight turn and a f***ing Blues Brothers car accident breaks out.
What do you expect? Those are all American cars. They barely can take turns now, and they definitely couldn't then.
How much do you weigh?
About 108, I think.
Come on, she's beautiful, but 108?
It's okay. Batman accounted for her lie in his calculations. The real sin is that fucking laugh.
I see the Indiana Jones is strong with this one.
You and I seem to remember the Indiana Jones scene very differently.
They're great survivors.
Including in this cage, where I make Alfred come down and feed him every day with nutritious gruel.
That's a flying fox. They eat fruit. And like 0 bats eat gruel. What the hell kind of bats do you know? Pigs?
Take that to the press.
There's no reason why Batman even took her to his lair. All he had to do was take her to her apartment, knock her out, take the film she shot, and once back home, send the envelope to the press, or put it on her nightstand. But I guess it's way more dramatic to drive her all the way out here, which is how Batman likes it, I guess.
Why are you sending a film for doing exactly what you said it should do? I mean, you just described the next few seconds of the movie, and he brought her here because he had the files in the Batcave. Once he realized she was in danger, he rushed over to save her. Maybe watch the movie?
Also, why didn't he just make copies of all this stuff and put this package in the trunk of the Batmobile before he went to go save Vicky?
Probably because saving someone is time sensitive? Are you asking Joker to wait?
Why does Batman have what appears to be 2 bottles of mouthwash down here in the Batcave computer station?
CinemaSins literally just heard Batman explain how Joker's chemicals have to be mixed to be fatal, but asks why would he have this mouthwash here? You honestly can't make this shit up.
The grown woman with a teddy bear on her bed definitely deserves a sit.
And that, my dear Watson, is why your dick remains dry.
By the way, Batman totally walked into an apartment building dragging an unconscious woman into it, and no one saw him.
He clearly entered from the roof. Did you learn nothing from the museum scene? What is it with this man in assuming Batman uses the front door?
Oh, he took the film.
This is what she says, as opposed to, he put his hand inside my bra, without permission this time.
This time means you are once again doing the thing where you assume characters have the information that you do.
All these people behind him, they're the founders of Shutterstock. No lie.
A lie.
And Vicky is now in this super tense moment, casually eating the stale popcorn she grabbed off the mantel for defense.
That's how she maintains that 125 pounds. 108 pounds.
The Gotham newspaper office cheers for the New York Giants?
Yes, because Gotham is in New Jersey.
But one thing I am not is a killer.
Why would you make this claim if you're the Joker? The entire press saw you stab a guy on the steps of City Hall, and you were implicated in killing 13s of people with poison. I'm sure Dominic Toretto would vouch for you, though.
Dated joke is dated, but you cut off the part of him saying he's an artist. His point is that he isn't killing wantonly, and that there is a point to all this. This is the second time he said this in this movie, Jeremy.
Into the air, Junior Birdman!
Roll credit. Oh, is that where they got the title for Birdman? This makes me want to sin something, so I will, for virtually no reason at all.
Sinning Birdman.
Way too many minutes of this goofy-ass parade, and I'm a Prince fan.
Real Prince fans don't sin Prince's music or complain that he composed the soundtrack. You sound suspiciously like a Morris fan.
This looks cool, I guess, but thank God the Joker's poison gas was light as helium. Am I right?
Do you think helium is the only gas that floats in air? Hydrogen floats in air, as does methane and ammonia. His gas could have consisted of any of those and it would have worked.
Batwing is equipped with a special cutter thing to grab balloons, just in case that comes up.
Jeremy doesn't know that Batman is plot armor the character.
This is some Spider-Man shit here. Even before they made Spider-Man 3, this was pretty iconic imagery, right?
Sure, why not? My problem is the way you spelled Spider-Man in the subtitles. Respect the hyphen, bro.
Lord of my heart attack! Damn, this is some scurry shit!
How many times does Kim Basinger scream in this movie? How many times did they possibly call her back, put her in a studio, demand different screams in the ADR process, and threaten to shoot orphans if she didn't give them the right one?
Probably 0, because nondescript female scream is something literally any woman can do if you're using ADR for this purpose.
Well, Batman doesn't kill people, but yeah, he totally just did.
Who said anything about this Batman not killing people? This wouldn't happen to be Mr. Books Don't Matter invoking the comics, would it? No, you wouldn't do that. Because that would make you a hypocrite and people like this attempting to defend this rhetoric fucking losers. Am I right?